Hey everyone, welcome once again to my channel. My name is Arun Tukral. I'm a life and a leadership coach. And if you have watched my previous video about how to become a strategic leader, I talked about a framework. That framework involved 4 steps. Number 1, understand what is the strategy of the organization or the place that you are in right now. Step number 2 is have a strategic mindset, which means you have to understand the mindset of a strategic leader. And number 3 was how you will communicate that vision to your people so that they can achieve those goals. Now, if you had gone through that, I'm sure you would have learned something about how to become a strategic leader. In this video today, right now, I'm going to tell you what are the actionables, what are the actions that you have to take so that you behave and work like a strategic leader. Already I have said enough that strategic leader is the demand of a leader to become effective and efficient, and to become strategic is a way forward for your leadership journey to reach higher positions and take higher responsibilities and become a leader that people would love to have in their organization or in their department. So let's understand some of the actionables. Now, what are the actions that you will be taking that will help you to behave like a strategic leader? The first action that I would suggest if you really want to become a strategic leader is creating an environment for testing new ideas. I have personally seen a lot of occasions when people come to you and want to discuss some new ideas, majority of the leaders say a big no to them. Find out which are the areas that you are saying no to them. Probably these are some of the innovations, some of the newer approaches that they want to express. But just because you have a closed mindset and you are not open to new ideas, I have seen a lot of leaders just snub the idea. They don't accept the ideas. So in other words, a good strategic leader is the one who thinks about how to create new things for their team, their capability, and also how to build the organization in a newer and an innovative way. Likewise, how you build an environment where people are open to fail and are not getting micromanaged, are not getting penalized, are not getting criticized. Once you are able to create an environment like this, you would see that you will, not only you yourself will have a lot of new ideas to experience and experiment. At the same time, your teammates will come back to you and talk about areas which are highly required, which could be a new innovation that is going to happen in your work area. Or rather, I would say you think back, many years back, somebody would have thought in a way, and today it has become a practice, what probably you are following. So why not give chance to others in your organization to come and share ideas? Be a soundboard, allow yourself to listen more, and that's where the quality of a good leader is good listening. So that is one point that I want to first highlight, is to create an environment where people are willing to share new ideas. The second actionable for a strategic leader is to anticipate. When I say anticipate, I say that you have a thinking pattern of seeing the unseen. Let's talk about it something like this. Every organization on a day-to-day basis faces some common threats. And these common threats could be performance, it could be financial crisis, it could be attrition, it could be retaining the top talent. When you think as a leader how you are able to anticipate the ambiguous and uncertain situations, what are the threats that are likely to come? And to do that, you have to really keep yourself updated with the latest market research, and also by talking to industry leaders, peers, customers, colleagues, and juniors, and even your immediate boss. The more you are updated, the more you are linked to day-to-day what is happening around you, both in the industry as well as what is the thought process that is building across in your current work scenarios, you would be able to anticipate the threats that are likely to come, and what are the probable actions that you can think of, what is coming unexpected, what could be the danger, what could happen that if this happens. And particularly post COVID, this has become a big challenge for a lot of leaders to learn how to grow this skill of anticipation, and that is how you will be able to overcome uncertainties. And if you are able to do that, you definitely are stepping deep into becoming a strategic leader. The third actionable that I would recommend to become a strategic leader is to challenge. I'm sure as a strategic leader, you come across various challenges. So a good strategic leaders find out what is the root cause of the problem of those challenges. They go deeper, they go and identify what is the current issue, what is the current challenge, and what is the appropriate solution to it. But an average leader would only think superficially, and they think about that every problem has a same solution, and they don't come out with a new solution because they never challenge the problem. So in order to build this capability, you have to take the action of challenging the various scenarios that are being built up in the organization over a period of time. Pick up one assumption scenario and then find out what all you can do. Or for example, you should start asking questions. Why is this performance low? What is the root cause behind it? How I can improvise the performance of a given market or a territory or of an individual? Is this a capability issue? Is it a skill issue? Is it a will issue? So unless you don't go and micromanage go micro into the problem, you would not be able to solve it. But if you can start thinking like this and challenge, you will get the ideas and actions accordingly, which will help you to become a strategic leader. The fourth actionable for any strategic leader is interpretation. That means that they have got very high interpretation skills, which means that they go deep into the data, they analyze the data, synthesize the data, take out the action points, and then achieve the desired results. Whereas when you look at an average leader, they just look at the situation from the overall perspective, from their past experience, and they just jump into the action. Whereas a strategic leader will zoom into details, go deep into it, and they are able to create a big picture from that situation. And basis that, they are able to decide on what actions are required to achieve the desired objective. That means they have a good capacity to see what others cannot see only by developing interpretation skills. Now we come to the fifth and the last actionable point to become a strategic leader, and that is called decisions. You will see that strategic leaders are the one who are very good in decision making, and more than decision making, they make thoughtful decisions, which means there is a logic, there is a data, and there is a practice behind making that decisions. Not only that, you will see that strategic leaders are also able to make decisions when they are short of time, when they are short of information, which means that they have excelled the decision making skills very often over a period of time. Therefore, if you really want to become a great strategic leaders, you need to look at a lot of data analysis and make data-driven decisions which will help in putting the strategy into shape, into a big picture with a lot of scenarios and logic behind making those decisions. This is what is seen with high-end leaders, that they just don't speak out for the sake of speaking out. They have a lot of logic behind it and a lot of learning and research behind it when they are speaking about any scenarios. They are not just talking the language of what others have said, they are talking the language of their thinking, their interpretation, and basis that they make decisions to create the final and finer action plan. Well friends, I'm sure you would have understood the 5 critical steps or the 5 critical actionables to become a strategic leader. Not only not only that you will learn about how to become a strategic leader like this, but it will also help in creating a right framework of strategy, clarity of task, what you are going to do, and it most importantly, it builds your credibility in the organization. And I would add one more very important point, that once you are able to do something like this, that you are able to become a credible strategic leader, you also have the responsibility to build in these capabilities to your team, and you would be creating a succession plan for you, that somebody can come and replace you with these learnings. And that day you will find you are ready for the next role. In fact, this is also a strategy. Well, if you have really liked this video, if you have understood the content of who is a strategic leader, what are the actionables of strategic leader, do write me back with your comments and share your inputs if you really want something more to learn about in this topic. I'll be more than happy to prepare for it and come back to you with my experience and knowledge into it. Thanks a lot.